What up?
Listen, fuck that game.
Fuck that game.
Listen, if you seriously think you're a Super Bowl contender and I was at that game, you're not. You're lucky if we're going to get 2 more wins the rest of the season.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. I'm like not even going to do it. Like that was not supposed to happen. That
No, it
was
was not.
ridiculous.
Jackson Dart out, Cam Scatabo out. We had a lot of missing Giants players today. New interim coach. They fired their main guy, Brian Dable, a few weeks ago. To come into the Lions territory, you think it's going to be an easy, just a plain blowout, one of those like 50 to like 17 games or something like that. That was definitely not the case. It looked like Jameson Williams had our defense's number all night long. Our defense was frustrated. They were tired. Kelvin Shepard looked frustrated on the sidelines. Really sloppy game, a lot of drop passes, a lot of just big defensive breakdowns. There were some where they were rushing the passer and they were able to get something out to the flats and just take it for 40 yards. A lot that stuff happened a lot. We had 10 plays for 20 yards, a lot of broken plays. Lions looked absolutely sloppy out there. They are lucky that Jahmyr Gibbs it can find another level. 264 yards from scrimmage today. First play in overtime, 69-yard touchdown run. And then Aiden Hutchinson finally woke up. They didn't call his game at all, but he finally woke up, got a nice sack on Jameis Watson, whatever
Winston?
his name is. Yeah. But we took care of business, but it was really a sloppy game, and it was it was uncharacteristic of the Lions. I was worried there if they were going to have their second consecutive loss for the first time in 3 years, but we were able to pull it together. But yeah, there's a lot of questions that need answering. If we're going to be playing the Rams, this is not going to do. This is not going to do. But I don't know. What did you make of all this, Mark?
Well, let me tell you, first of all, I was at the game, and it's a different environment, obviously, when you're there, because the intensity is just like no other.
Yes.
That was the first game I was ever at that they actually won. I'll be honest. I've never been to a Lions game where they won.
That's wild.
It was intense. It was loud. And the only way every time before the first half, right, I kept thinking to myself, please just go up before halftime. Please just go up before halftime.
Yep.
Like I felt like I was holding my breath the entire time throughout that whole entire game. My wife was loving it because it was a good game to be at. Like it was a back and forth
shootout.
But I told her, dude, I've been around forever. I'm sick and tired of it. I want to watch every game with ease. I don't even want to think.
Yep.
I don't want to cringe. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to have to. Boy, I want it all to just be perfect. That's what I want with these Lions. But I know that's not going to happen. But in all jokingness aside, good game. You better thank Jahmyr Gibbs. But at the same time, your offensive line was your best friend and your worst friend in that game.
Yes.
Because there were plenty of times that I watched Jared Goff just get eaten up by a Kayvon Thibodeau-less Giants defensive line.
Yep.
I did not see anything in there that said we were the better team. We got lucky, dude. We got lucky. We almost lost a trap game. I really can't believe that was that close. We walked right in, and the first play was that stupid flea flicker, and I'm like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
But,
that was like the big moment. I'm just like, this is going to be one of those kind of games.
Yeah, exactly.
That set the tone.
Good evening, Uncle Jerry. We got
How you doing, Jerry?
Says good evening. It did set the tone, but what it did is it pissed me off because, our division right now is just sitting there.
Yeah.
The fucking Bears won again. They beat the Giants.
How about that Ben Johnson? Fucking A.
Right?
How about Caleb Williams? Goddamn. Some clown. I was clowning on this guy earlier, some sports network stooge, some guy in a suit talking about, he was saying that the Bears are going to win the division this year. I can't remember if it was ESPN or something like that, but one of these like fly-by-night kind of sports shows, and they were talking about how good the Bears would be, and I think Caleb Williams has the makings of a very solid to very good quarterback, but in that scheme, he seems to be working. Ben Johnson seems to have been able to unlock him a bit, and I know that it's one of those teams. Bears haven't really had a good season in a while. They won 12 games, but that was like 5-6 years ago. But, the Bears are surprising this year, very surprising. They have sole possession of first place. Lions are behind the Packers still. It's not playing out like we thought it would play out. Like we figured we still have the division in hand, but, it's just
Well, it all comes
Lions.
down to next week. It really
Yeah,
does.
it absolutely does.
Bears play the Eagles. So
Mhm.
if they can't win in Philadelphia, we play the Packers. There you go. We win. We beat the Packers. The Bears lose to the Eagles. We're back. We're good,
Yeah,
right? So
Packers lost their tight end. They have a lot of people missing, but it's one of those teams like that. I think the Packers are more beatable than they were before. I don't want
they
to
were.
underestimate them, but
So is Minnesota. Minnesota looks awful
yeah,
right now.
Minnesota lost 3 in a row.
JJ
That just
McCarthy doesn't look like he can do it right now. I
no,
mean, Hitch
he's
is looking
just
like a genius with that one.
yeah, he's really showing his weakness. He looks very unseasoned. He looks very unprepared. As a Michigan fan, you hate to see it, but at the same time, it's just like I don't want this guy beating us. But they did beat us early in the season. But this division has just been kind of a mess for us this year. We're 1-2 in the division now. We still got 3 more games to play with our rivals, but maybe we can take care of business if we were able to take care of business against the Packers. But we still got the Steelers coming. I think the Bears beat the Steelers today. That's kind of crazy, but well, Aaron Rodgers is like 80 years old. But
Well, he didn't even play. It was Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Oh yeah, God, he's been
Yeah.
around. I just followed that game a little bit. I saw some highlights of it. I wasn't sure who was starting, but
It was game time call. We were getting ready to leave, and there was this big announcement. It almost
yeah.
looked like it said.
I heard
like,
about
big
that.
right
Didn't
across
Aaron
the
Rodgers
screen.
have? Yeah, didn't he have a broken bone in his hand or something? There was something
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. So I don't know
Left
what
hand,
his
not
deal
his
is.
throwing hand, but broken
Yeah.
bone nonetheless.
That's too bad. Yeah. Well, I mean, shouldn't say it's too bad. It's good for his opponents. It's good for us. But the Rams are making me nervous. I don't know. Could this be like a 10-7 win team this season? I'm thinking that's probably a likely scenario.
We're making me nervous.
Yeah, it is making me very nervous this year.
We're our own worst enemy right now.
Yes.
Whether we're winning or losing, and that's what makes me nervous. Last year, what made me nervous was the health. This year, our key components, our key guys are healthy, and I'm nervous. Like I can't put my finger on the pulse right now, but it's like, what team are we going to see? Who's going to show up? And that's what scares me. In the back end of the season, you're supposed to be playing some of your best, tightest football, and I really don't feel like we are. And I'm not really sure who is, because look at the Bills; they just lost to the Texans, right?
Yeah,
so it's
lost to
like,
the Texans.
What the fuck? Very polarizing win-losses right now.
Yep. I think this season. I think most of these games are looking at the schedule. The only thing I would say is a guaranteed loss is probably going to be the Rams. We still got 7 more games left this season. Or, I'm sorry, 6 more games left this season. I think we'll take care of business against the Cowboys. I haven't checked the score of the Eagles and Cowboys game today. I'm not sure how they're doing, but it's the Cowboys,
Well, let me tell you right now, Hermdo. 40 minutes ago, when I was eating dinner, it was 21-0. Cowboys or Eagles.
Yeah.
And then right before I came down here, it was 21-21. So
you're shitting me.
I'm not shitting you.
Jesus criminy.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
So while I'm not afraid of the Cowboys, while I'm not afraid of the Packers, while I'm not afraid of these teams, I'm afraid of who we will be when we show up to play them.
I mean,
that's what I'm afraid of, right?
Yeah, it's like
it's 3 seconds left. It's 21-21. We're gonna get another fucking overtime game.
Lord have mercy.
Dallas, 24-21. Dallas just beat the fucking Eagles at the last second. Are you serious? No, I'm not serious. Yes, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And you look at it, the Cowboys put all their points up towards.
Yeah. They got 3 seconds. Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable.
There you go.
Unbelievable. Let me take a look. Wow.
So up until right now, I would have told you that the Cowboys look like absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
They come from behind. Now, granted, this is a home game for Dallas, so there you go. They do great things in Jerry's world, and this is the Philly dude. Illuminati versus Illuminati. When you're in the Illuminati's backyard, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna get. Did you see Marcus Simeon was traded to the Mets?
I heard about that. Yeah, from the Rangers. I was surprised. I was very surprised by that. They're making some moves already ahead of winter meetings. It's one of those things. Brandon Nemo is going to the Rangers. Yeah.
The Mets have a projected payroll of $242.4 million and will take on Simeon's $26 million. Jesus Christ.
The rich keep getting richer.
Tell me this is real. they're not even going to be a good team. They'll end up getting hurt and banged up, and
Yeah, it's just a $300 million just like absolute failure. This like super team that can't even crack the playoffs. It's pretty sad with the New York Giants. It's just one of those things. What are you
can you
gonna
hear
do?
that?
What's that? No, I
Can you hear
can't.
Jake from State Farm? Thank God.
Oh yeah, I'm tired of that motherfucker. Tired of these fucking
Seriously,
ads.
I'm tired of State Farm insurance.
I'm tired of it. Fuck State Farm.
I was
Mm.
trying to get the oops, no, don't give all my excitement away.
Yeah.
Um No, so you're right. Listen, this is going to be an interesting end of the season. Now, I was so more slappy and cocky and excited last year, right? Of just like my team is dominated. And, and Alicia, dude, she took some great videos that I'm going to have to plug into this edited one of me, like literally sitting. Everyone's screaming, and I'm already sitting
Yeah.
and grabbing my head because
Yeah.
I just saw Jared Goff get picked off. And I'm
Yep.
just like, she's like, you got to support your team. And I'm just like,
Ugh.
telling you, when they start playing at a subpar level, they're not going to get my support. I support them enough.
Yeah, no, it's just we're right to call them out. And the thing is, for all the talk about like a lot of the negative people, the naysayers, the bandwagoners, the doomers, all the guys, I go on Twitter, I check out, I explore Twitter, and I look on the Detroit Fan Forum, profile or the whatever you call it, but it's just there's a lot of negativity. Obviously, there's a lot of naysayers. There's guys that are just like, the season's over. We just got to tank, tank, tank. And I'm just like, bro, can you just get in touch with reality here? They're 7-4. I mean,
Trade
it's just got to the
everyone.
point. The culture has shifted so much that we think 7-4 is disappointing. But I mean, granted, there's a couple. There's some bad losses in there, some unexpected losses in there. But I still think their goals are ahead of them. I still think they can pull off. If they can win 4 more games this season, these are winnable games. But then again, I thought the Vikings game was kind of a winnable game. I thought there's a couple of the games that they should have had, but it's just one of those things. Like, I'll admit, like, maybe some of the people were like, it's just the same thing. I just reiterate what we were saying. After the first game, after that blowout against Green Bay, where we looked bad and unprepared, and then they won 4 games in a row. They beat the Ravens. That was an intense game. That victory against the Bears looks really good. Ravens have won 4 in a row. Ravens were like 1-5 at one point this season, but they're kind of
That was because
climbing
they
their way
lost
back.
Lamar for a while.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we beat them with Lamar. We beat them, prime Ravens. But yeah, it's one of those things. I still think they can make the playoffs. I mean, maybe as a wild card. I don't see them taking the division this year. I don't want to say. I mean, there's so many. It's just they really got to tighten up. And I don't know. It's just like, is it fair to say I'm concerned? Do I want to say I'm concerned about the staff? Maybe the offensive side in the ball. I know Dan Campbell's been calling the plays a little bit more, but
It's
some
like,
of
I'm
the,
gonna we got to look at this real quick.
yeah,
If you didn't watch this game, and I didn't watch this game, and you're looking at the final and you're looking at the stat line, you're asking yourself, what are you talking about? Your quarterback was 28 of 42, had a passer rating of 91.3. Your running back had 219 yards and 2
yep,
touchdowns, and then receiving he had 45 and 1. Your wide receiver had 149 yards and a touchdown.
yeah,
What are you getting all worried and mad about?
yeah.
And
It's not the
then
whole story.
exactly, but dude, I'm telling you, isn't that funny how you can look at this stat sheet? And that's why I'm going to stop myself right now, because we're now at the back end of the season where the Giants are a team where they're looking to ruin everybody's season,
Yeah,
right? That's kind of what these lower end teams are. They're looking to burst your bubble. So I gotta, I guess, calm myself down a little bit, but I also have to calm myself down and say, dude, we're nowhere near like a Super Bowl top 5 favorite team. That's just out of my head and gone now. Like in
yeah,
my eyes, we'll be lucky to make it past the second round of the playoffs.
yeah. I mean, if you were to tell me, I mean, looking at this game, if you were to tell me before going into this game that Amon Ra would have 150 yards and that Jahmyr Gibbs would have 260 yards from scrimmage this game, 219 rushing yards, I would have said, well, obviously, but everything that comes down to it, it's just looking
It's
at some
how
of
it happened.
Yeah, that's how it happened. It just, you figure that would have happened, but I mean, take a look at this score. You see that they were leading at 10 by 1 point. They led at by 10 multiple times. Lions did not have the lead until overtime. You let Jamison Williams come into your house, put up 20 on you in the first half, and look good while doing it. Jamison Williams looked extremely good. But you look, Wandale Robinson, Theo Johnson, all the guys they're missing. Wandale Robinson had 156 yards today with 9 touchdowns. His long was 40 yards. Theo Johnson had 77 yards at 3 receptions. Tyrone Tracy, had about 68 yards total. But Devin Singletary had about 47 yards. So, I mean, it's kind of a mixed bag, but they were able to hurt
Winston and Jared Goff had the exact same passer rating, 93.1. Right?
It's insane.
One we said looked shaky. The one we said looked really good because obviously expectations are different.
Yeah.
Jared Goff is someone we would have expected to put up a 150 quarterback rating. But, I mean, this is the NFL. Not every game is perfect. If you want to scroll across the league, I mean, you got a team like KC right now who is fighting for their life. And holy shit, I cannot believe it. They pull it off overtime win. Same thing. 3 points, right?
The Colts.
Yeah, and at home, and now they're 6-5, which everyone's tune is going to change quickly about KC. And the Colts, they're still, hey, they're still a really good team, but they're going to start saying, should they have really traded for Sauce Gardner? I mean, they couldn't beat the Chiefs, right? Yeah. So when you look at Patrick Mahomes, he had a passer rating of 77.4.
Yeah. He got sacked 4 times.
Holy shit. But Daniel Jones was next to perfect, and they still lost the game. So I guess I just got to keep reminding myself, and there's just a certain lens now that we have to start looking through as Lions fans, where you can't expect every game to be like the fucking Commanders game, right?
Yeah.
So
but
it is what it is.
Yeah. But Jamison Williams had like a 50% completion rate. He was 18 for 36. Perfect 50%. But look at some of the big plays he was making to Wandale Robinson and Theo Johnson. Look at those.
And that was the problem.
Big chunk plays, 20, 30, 40 yards. And he was able to hurt you going downfield. There's a lot of instances where, and they had him, Jack Fox was pinning them deep in their own zone. They were at like the 7-yard line, 10-yard line, and he was able to get those quick passes out, throw into the flats and different, route combinations and whatnot. He was able to create down the field. And the running game wasn't really, obviously the running game wasn't much, but they were able to generate offense and move the ball, create positive forward motion. But yeah, it was just look the Giants offense and the job the interim coach did. I forgot his name, something.
Well, J-Rod apparently could have done a great job. Apparently, he's next in line before Russell Wilson because I forgot Russell Wilson was on this team until he went out there.
Me too. I saw him. I'm like,
who's that little guy?
That's where Russell
he's going
Wilson.
Up for the coin flip. He goes
dangerous.
Out there for the coin flip.
Yeah.
Let's give Jameis Winston his credit. I mean, he's a capable quarterback who took the advantages that we gave him. But yeah, when that secondary broke down, dude, he just kept hitting homies in the middle. And it was pissing me off too because you could see it wide open. You could see the broken coverage. The defensive line for the Lions was just like inept through that game, really towards the end. And that was really bothering me because I'm not really concerned about the secondary, as some folks would say, but I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on with this pass rush? Where is it? That's what I want to know, where this pass rush is at, because when we go to Green Bay, when Green Bay comes here on Thanksgiving, the pass rush better be back in town. I'm really kind of getting sick of not screaming Hutchinson's name every single play. What the fuck? They're not broken down.
Yeah, they were running some pass rushes, but they had like zero coverage, and in some instances, the secondary was running man coverage, and it looked like they kind of had the offense's number. Looked like they had Jamison Williams' number. Then it just kind of broke down towards the end. There's a lot of broken plays, bad coverage going on. They were able. I mean, Jamison Williams was just these big plays, these big yards at just the most opportune times in the game, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? I know Kirby Joseph's hurt. Brian Branch had some bad penalties out there too. It's just
what else is new?
Yeah, what else? It was very frustrating. I was watching it with my dad today, and we're just kind of like, "What the fuck, man? What's going on?" And Terry Arnold's been hurt. There's been some issues with the secondary, and I know like that Buccaneers game where they basically got a bunch of guys off the practice squad. Pretty much taking it to Baker Mayfield. But I figured it was going to be a kind of a game like that, but it just it just didn't happen. The secondary was a liability today. The defensive line, it just wasn't good. Offensive line was very mixed. But yeah, there's just a
Well,
lot
then
of
you do
sloppiness.
sloppiness. You want to talk about a guy who had 149 reception or 149 yards and still pissed me off this game in the
Yep,
last game because he keeps dropping the fucking ball, and that's
I
St.
know.
Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's drop rate should be discussed. It's getting to a point, it's
Yes.
concerning. And a lot of these
Yes.
plays, it does bother me to see when we need critical yardage and he's just not able to get his fucking hands on the ball for whatever reason. I know, but that's just the thing. These numbers hide the true story. If you actually watch the game, there's a lot to be concerned about with this game, with this team, with certain players on this team. And, it's just one of those things, I guess, but it's just, Lions are bound to have. I mean, it's just, this is 2 games in a row. I know the Eagles game was absolutely god awful. Goff looked terrible, but he had a lot of yards, but he still looked terrible. His completion rate was in the toilet. And this is second
He
game.
finally learned how to slide out of the pocket a little bit, though,
Yeah.
when it's collapsing instead of just falling on the ball. He
Yep,
slid out of the pocket and at least checked it down the field a couple of yards. But listen, St. Brown's drop rate is 5.3% right now. Last year it was about 2.8. So he
Yeah.
is at an all-time high of dropping the goddamn ball.
Something's going on with the dude. I don't know what. It's just,
I don't either, man.
It's frustrating as hell.
I don't understand it. And it's like he boasts about how much he, doesn't
Yeah.
drop the ball, and his little catch drill thing that him and his dad did with,
Mhm.
catching a hex amount of passes before each game. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm telling you, these guys are their own worst enemy right now. It is not a talent acquisitional thing, right?
No.
Same thing with the offensive line. I've seen Ratledge, I've seen Glasgow, I've seen these guys play better than this
Yeah, Taylor Decker.
against better teams too, right? Like, this isn't just when he's out there, holy shit, this was what happens, right? So
Yeah, I mean, I'll always take the W, but man, I mean, Dan Campbell. I don't know who it is. Is it the coaching? Is it just they're shooting themselves in the foot? They're just not getting it done. They're letting Jameson Williams control the game flow. He looks like he was in charge there. They had no answers for him, and it was just it was a real mess.
yeah, so how are you going to shut down Jordan Love down if you can't shut down Jameis Winston? It's just like,
Yeah, exactly.
what are you going to
It
do?
just, man, it was deeply concerning. Me and my dad I turned it off a couple times, and then I'm just like, I gotta watch this.
See, that's the thing you can't do when you're
I
at the
know.
game. You're just
I
sitting
know.
there.
I'm a bad fan, I guess. I was just like, I got frustrated when they went up 10, in the first half, and then they got that touchdown, and some of these passes they were going, it's just like I'm just like I can't do this. I can't do this. But when Wan'Dale Robinson, Hodgins got a touchdown, that pass, that like flea flicker or whatever that was to Jameis Winston, his first like official like reception
Ugh.
touchdown. I'm just like, what the fuck? They're clowning on us. They're absolutely fooling us with this stuff. The defense doesn't know where to go. They're following the wrong guy. It's like they're creating all this opportunity for these guys. They're just not locking down. They're not taking care of business. It's unacceptable. And we're not going to go very far. And we could have a pretty mediocre end to the season unless these issues are addressed.
Yeah, that's it. That's what's basically what it's going to be. It'll be a mediocre end. It'll be a nice exit out if we make it.
Yeah.
If these issues aren't addressed, because that's what these are. This is just scheming issues right now, right? So
Yeah.
let's just kind of looking at some of these games right now. So Green Bay 23-6, they beat Minnesota.
Okay.
Big whoop. Everybody saw that coming. Baltimore back on the rise 23-10 with the Jets.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a gimme.
So you get Pittsburgh, Chicago. Man, I really thought Pittsburgh was going to win this one, but 31-28. Again, Chicago wins them close and they win them weird.
Yeah, they do.
That only gets you so far in the NFL.
Yep.
Seattle, Tennessee, and Sam Darnold we trust. Hitch's favorite quarterback wins again. Still need to get Hitch a Sam. Yeah, I wanted to get Hitch like you know how they'd have like those like multiple like jerseys of all the teams they've been on. So I
Yeah.
wanted to get him a Sam Darnold jersey with all of the teams he's been on and give it to him for Christmas.
Hell yeah, that'd be legit. I think
He'd love
I'd
that.
wear that.
He'd love that. Hitch, you're
Fucking
getting
Sam
that.
Darnold, Daniel Jones too. Fucking A, man. Some of
Yeah,
these
yeah.
journeyman quarterbacks are finding their way here. I mean, like a guy like, Baker Mayfield too, look at some of these guys. Just as an aside, I don't mean to like go off on a tangent, but
No.
just
Well, we're going right into New
some
England.
of these guys are surprising. There's a lot of
26-20.
But look at,
Aren't you
speaking
surprised
of,
with Drake May?
I'm definitely surprised by Drake May. I'm surprised by Jackson Dart. And you know who I'm really surprised by? Jameis Williams. Fucking A. Whatever his last name is.
Jameis Winston?
Winston. I keep wanting to call
Yeah.
him Watson. I'm sorry. I'm a freaking boomer when it comes to Jameis Winston. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's who I'm surprised by. Jameis Winston looked totally in control today.
He did.
It was wild. I know it's just
more in control. And I
Kudos to
didn't
him.
watch this game, but apparently the Cleveland Browns beat the Raiders, which I don't think the Raiders are going to win until 2028 maybe.
Yeah, they're done. The Geno Smith experiment is over. But yeah, that's Shadur Sanders. I just learned this from ESPN. Shadur Sanders is the first Browns rookie to win his start in 30 years.
Oh, wow. Well, he went 11 of 20
Mm-hmm.
for 209 yards, a touchdown, and an interception for 87.3. And actually, Geno Smith outperformed him. It's just he's on the Raiders. So
yeah, Raiders.
There's no.
God, what is Max Crosby still doing on that team? What is Myles Garrett still doing on the Browns? What are these guys doing? They're making
blows my mind.
What are you doing on
that's
this
what they're
team?
doing. They're making money.
I know. I mean, they're making like 40. It's just like some guys just want to get paid. They don't care about winning. It's just whatever. I don't fucking
M's
know,
and
man.
M's. Memories and millions, baby.
Memories and millions, yeah. Just being on your favorite hometown team or whatever is more important than getting a ring. I guess I can respect it in some regards, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, come on. Just sign with somebody else. Get the fuck out of Cleveland. Get the fuck out of, where do they play now? Las Vegas? Get the fuck out of there.
You got Tampa and LA tonight. What are you thinking?
Tampa and LA? Ooh, that's going to be a good one. Do you mean the Rams or the Chargers?
Yeah. Sorry, the Rams.
Rams. Man, Stafford has been on fire. I mean,
yep.
Dude's like 38. He's been beaten to death in the league. He's been in the league almost 20 years. Dude has given his all. I got nothing but respect for Stafford. I think he looks like an MVP this year. I don't think that's too crazy to say, but I think the Rams will take it. No disrespect to Baker Mayfield. That's a great quarterback matchup. That would be. Maybe I'll tune into that tonight. That looks like a lot of fun, man. But
I think it's going to be Baker. I really do. I think he's ready. I think he's ready for a Baker-esque game where he wins in crazy ways. Mm-hmm. He played for the Rams. He backed up Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
He's not afraid to play here. I do agree Stafford looks MVP-esque. I always think he does, though. I've always been a Stafford supporter.
Yeah.
And I've always thought he's an awesome quarterback, once in a generational style quarterback. And then you get your Josh Allens and whatever. But look for Baker to come back. I mean, the Bucs have been kind of taking it upside the head the last couple games, and they haven't really had that comeback moment. Now, they're not going to dominate the game, but I think that this is like a squeak back comeback win.
Yeah, it might be kind of a shootout. I mean, maybe the Buccaneers edge them. I don't know. I haven't watched much of either of these teams this year, but I've been following along in some regards with it. But I mean, it should be a hell of a game. That should be a lot of fun. That should have been the game of the week. But then again, today's game of the week, the Eagles and the Cowboys. I saw this thing on Twitter. They had a bunch of like school kids in Philadelphia like punching these dummies with like Cowboys faces on them. It was pretty crazy. But just like
Jesus Christ,
that's the
Philly
thing.
Fans are awful.
Philadelphia is another level, man. I mean, for all my issues with their fan base, but they take it so seriously.
Their fan base is so stupid that I literally did a whole short comment on them, and they just proved me fucking right.
Yeah.
I make a comment about how ignorant these guys are, and everything is just go birds, go birds, go
Oh,
birds. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They're like
It's just a
zoo
bunch of
animals in there. They're fucking insane. It's
they're
a whole.
morons. They're uncaged morons. That's what Philadelphia football fans
It's
are.
fucking. I mean, the Flyers fans and the Phillies fans are just like it too.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia is a whole fucking. It's a whole culture of just people being absolute zoo animals.
Yeah. And what the hell is a Philadelphia Philly?
I don't
That's
know.
that's a baseball market that's not going to win a World Series.
Yeah.
I don't care who you bring there, buddy.
They did in 08, and they got back to the
Not
World
gonna
Series
happen.
in 2020. I think that was 2021. I'm not sure. I think they lost
That
to the
ain't
Braves.
happening.
You never
Never
know.
again.
Well, they got a solid team, but we'll see what happens.
That team's falling apart.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, why am I even defending Philadelphia? I fucking hate Philadelphia. I hate I hate the city.
We got to deal with the Dodgers for the next 10, 15 years. His song, I'm sorry. His song is Ohtani's on that team.
Yeah,
damn
as
well.
long as like Yamamoto, whoever, they're just
Yeah.
like picking up all these Japanese superstars, paying them like $500 million. It's just there's going to be this. The lockout in 2027 is so going to happen. Where
I hope it does.
Baseball is fucked. They got to reorder this whole fucking thing. You can't be spending $400 million on a baseball team. And that fucking World Series, I feel so bad for the Blue Jays, man. And Blue Jays are a hated rival of the Tigers. I remember when they were in our division in the 90s, we despised them, but
anybody but the Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers played like absolute shit. They were batting like 190 as a team. It was fucking ridiculous. I'm so sick of this narrative. I'll say it again.
They'll be back in the playoffs. They're going to be back in the World Series.
They're probably going to win a third one in a row. And
they will.
Shohei Ohtani, like 3 MVPs in 4 years?
Yep.
It's obscene. It's absolutely obscene. The guy's got back-to-back rings now since leaving the Angels. I'm so goddamn sick of him. I'm so sick of this fucking bullshit, just treating these fucking super teams like they're treating them like some bottom basement payroll team that went on a miracle run, like the Oakland A's in the early 2000s or something.
Yeah.
They're trying to be like romantic, playing like clips of like Moneyball, saying like, how can you not be romantic about baseball? Fuck that shit. Fuck that
yeah,
shit. The
baseball
Dodgers
and romance
that's wrong with
done.
baseball. Fuck the Dodgers. I'm tired of this shit. I don't mean to go on a tangent, but god damn it, man. I'm having a couple of these tonight, but
ooh,
I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of this baseball sport. I'm sick of this pay to win shit. It's been this way for a while. I mean, the Yankees paid to win in 2009. That team, they had fucking like A-Rod and Jeter and fucking.
So you're gonna get excited this year when McGonagall's up and they have all these guys, and we're only 20 games into the season before it really matters. Like, how are we going to do this?
That will be exciting. They protected a lot of their guys. They avoided the Rule 5 draft picks and guys like Taylor Lorenzo and whatnot. Kevin McGonigal, Max Clark will be Tigers. It's exciting to see, a team building up from the farm system. That's what I liked about the Tigers last year. But, man, the Tigers, just what a season. I know that but, Cleveland is like, what's more embarrassing, losing in the ALDS to your hated division rival or blowing a 15.5 game lead and losing the fucking division in the last game, in your last series with Cleveland, absolutely getting dominated by Cleveland, getting slapped around, being a Cleveland's bitch. It's the Cleveland Guardians. I hate the Cleveland Guardians. I know they got some the only team is like Jose Ramirez. That's like the only and Stephen Kwan too. You throw him in there too. I'll give credit where credit's due. Those guys are fucking premium players. But I mean, come on, their ownership doesn't give a fuck. Their ownership is fucking ridiculously cheap. But I'll give credit to their manager getting this like bottom basement team, this what should be a bottom scraping team, into the playoffs twice in a row, winning a division even. Credit where credit's due. But if the Guardians are stunting on you as a Tigers fan, as a Tigers team that had that division in their grasp And no matter how bad the Tigers were, they'd be going on these, like after the All-Star break, they fell on their asses. They lost like 12 of 13 or something. And then they started picking up steam again. And then they fell flat on their ass last month of the season, like in September. They were shitting their pants. You're letting the Guardian stunt on you. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. And that's a big stain on the Tigers. And the Tigers,
I actually forgot about that 15-game collapse until now.
yeah,
Thanks again.
how
for
can
bringing
you?
it up.
It's one of the biggest of all time. And if they, oh man, just imagine if they didn't make the playoffs, dude. I would burn all my Tiger stuff. I mean, seriously.
I got that point, dude. I got to that point with the Lions when they
Yeah.
fucking got bounced out of Dallas with that bullshit pass interference or non with Brandon Pettigrew. I got rid of everything. I got rid of everything, Tom. All my Lions stuff. This is all new shit that I had to do. You know, it's just like that's why when I'm at this game, and I'll have to send you the video, but like Alicia's like, have faith in your team. I'm like, you don't understand. I fucking lost my marbles for this team.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time breathing over this team right now.
Yeah, we put our blood, sweat, and tears into these fucking teams. And I tell you, man, it's a different thing. Just as an aside, just as kind of a tangent or whatever. I know I'm going on a lot of them tonight, but it's just one of those things. When your team, like, the Lions sucked for 60 fucking years. I mean, they had some times, they had some good teams in the 90s, but you know what I mean. They weren't winning Super Bowls. But for the Lions to play at a high level and still lose like that, or still even like, squeak out wins against absolute dog shit teams, that's something different than just expecting, because you just expected them to lose for so long before Brad Holmes got into the picture. Same thing with the Tigers. The Tigers were an also-ran team. The Tigers were a poverty franchise between like 1988 and like 2005. You didn't expect anything from them. And to see these teams lose at a high level, when they perform so well, when they do so good, when they have the division in their grasp, and then they just shit their pants down the stretch, or they half-ass these things, it's another thing. It's another thing, just expecting it to be shitty. Oh, and the Pistons, I mean,
oh, you said it. I was just going to say,
yeah.
We had a team in the 80s. They traded that whole thing away and melted it down. We had a team in the early 2000s. They just dismantled and traded that. We have a team now. We're number one in the East. We're on a 12-game, 13, 14, whatever fucking game winning streak. 12 games.
Second longest streak in team history.
And all those stats that you and I could throw back at each other all go back to the two eras where they won. Bad boys going to work, right?
Yep.
So is this a Pistons team where we're going to say the same thing? Holy fuck, there's going to be a meltdown. Or do you look at this team and say, no, this actually looks like a complete team, not a streaky team, a complete team? Is this the is this the window wide open Lions team where we lost in San Francisco? Is this that like, holy shit, this energy is impeccable and they have the shot? I see nothing but Anthony Davis is being traded here. Kyrie's being traded here. We're the team that everybody says a big busted old stars coming here. How excited do we get about this Pistons team?
I think the Pistons are a legitimately very talented team. Some of the teams in the West, I don't know how we compare against them. How do we look against the Oklahoma City Thunder? How do we look against the Denver Nuggets? How do we look against the Lakers?
I
don't
West
know.
Is a whole nother conversation.
You're
right.
That is. But personally, I don't think the East is very good this year. But
East blows.
The East
blows. Is wide open.
It's wide open.
This is the year for the East. If you're in the East, it's wide open.
I think they're
everybody went to the West.
Seeing what I'm seeing from the Pistons, I haven't watched a lot of games this year. I've seen them here and there. I sat down and watched them a bit. Seeing what Cade can do, seeing Jalen Duren, seeing this depth on the team, knowing they're not complete. They just got Jaden Ivey back. This is not a complete team. Seeing Tobias Harris, seeing Danis Jenkins, but seeing what he can do.
From here on out, he's Janice Jenkins. I like that name so much better.
But who the hell is this guy even? But seeing what he's been able to do, contribute like 20 points a game on average.
Yeah.
Seeing what this team is, how they compete, taking it to the Milwaukee Bucks, taking it to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Some of the things they've been able to do this season, I know the schedule hasn't been the toughest, but a 12-game streak is a 12-game streak. I think they're for real. I think this is a team that could win between 50 and 60 games this year. I think they can challenge for the East title. I think they can go on a deep run. We look at the run they went on last year and how, like, there was a couple mistakes, but they should have won that series against the New York Knicks. I will go to my grave saying that. The Knicks
And
went
the
on a little
defense they're
miracle
playing
run.
this year,
Yeah.
that shuts all that down. The
Yep.
defense is a whole nother level of it's a whole nother level the way they're playing defense this year.
Absolutely.
Starting with Cade Cunningham.
Yes.
And Janice Dankins. I like that.
Janice Jenkins, my bad.
Dude, no, I'm right. I like that. That's a
I'm
badass.
never living that down.
No, that's the new name of my rap group because I have a lot of rap groups that I'm a part of.
Oh, hell
that's
yeah.
That's another rap group name I'm a part of.
Yeah, but Pistons look absolutely legit. You know, I'm not going to say, I'm not a basketball guy, really. I mean, I watch the game sometimes, but I don't have like a deep knowledge. I'm not a ball knower, so you'll have to forgive me. But I like what I'm seeing from the Pistons. Obviously, they're the new hot team. Red Wings have been doing good too. But,
the Pistons are a hot team. The same year that Cade gets re-signed with Nike and gets his signature shoe deal.
Yeah.
That means something. I'm telling you.
That is something.
The stars align.
Yeah. Cade is the fucking man. 29 points last night. He's averaging like 30 points a game. The guy just looks next level. I know that one game he scored 46, he was missing some free throws and stuff, but he had a lot of just missed shots and what have you, but he's still, Cade is next level, man. He's playing at a level we haven't seen in a long time. He is, like, the stats he's got compared to some of these guys around the league, it's absolutely insane. I mean, the guy just produces and produces and produces, and he doesn't complain. I mean, a couple of years ago, he was like, we're not 2-26 bad. He sticks with the team. He's all in on the Pistons. He doesn't complain. He doesn't bitch how bad we were. Consider this. In 2023, 2024, the Monty Williams year, we went 14-68. This year, we've already matched our win total. We already have 14 wins this year. We're 14-2 right now, or 13-2. I don't know. Are we 14-2? I think we're 14-2. But still,
that's insane.
It's absolutely insane how well the Pistons have been doing this year.
That's insane. I never thought about that.
They're next level, man. I mean, the Pistons have arrived, and it really came out of nowhere. This team was a mess. I remember the team we put together in like 5-6 years ago with Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson. You had Tom Gores making an ass out of himself. He still does. He's a fucking douchebag. I don't like Tom Gores at all. But this Trajan Langdon, I'll say, Troy Weaver picked a couple of these guys too. But still, the team, the way it's constructed now, playing extremely well. JB fucking Bickerstaff, the fact he's not like in running for, he's in the running for coach of the year. The guy is absolutely insane. The chemistry between him and the players, it's next level, man. And this team, the sky's the limit. They're young as fuck. Pistons are one of the youngest teams in the league. I really hope they don't add some crusty old superstar like Anthony Davis for like $50 million a year. I know Kendrick Perkins was talking about that. I think that's a bunch of bullshit, personally. I don't think Trajan Langdon is going to pull the trigger on that shit. Just considering
Kendrick Perkins is so fat.
He is a big fat piece of shit. You can't trust fat people. I'm fat too, but you can trust me. I'm the one fat guy you can trust. But yeah, the Pistons are coming along now. They're making a name for themselves. They're establishing themselves as a force in the East, and it's going to be an exciting season. I think it's going to be a very good season for the Pistons. I mean, they'll have some fall off here and there. Maybe they'll be a little streaky at times. There's still some questions with this team, but overall, just the leaps and bounds they've grown by. And now Pistons, you look at the Tigers and their little meltdown. You look at some of the Red Wings meltdowns. You look at some of the Lions meltdowns. You ask yourself, compared to all these teams, the Pistons look, oddly enough, 2 years from being 14-68, they look like legitimate title contenders. It's absolutely crazy how well they're doing right now. Can the Pistons be the team that, can this iteration of the Pistons be the team that gets their 4th NBA championship? The window's wide open now. The window's opening on a lot of these NFL, on a lot of our Detroit teams. We're very spoiled in this city. But, man, it's an exciting time to be a Detroit sports fan. I'll just say that. We picked a good time to, focus on this channel and get some fucking Yeah,
Well, and you
absolutely.
picked a great time too with your hockey videos because I
Yes,
can't say enough, dude. Those tend to get the best traction because, like you said, Red Wings fans are fucking psychos.
they
And
are
they
absolutely
have
nuts.
lots of opinions, and you can tell like I can always tell like once that momentum builds up, your videos start kind of generating like this like instant rhythm on YouTube, and it's like blowing up, and it's like holy shit, dude, we're gonna have to really start hammering on these Red Wings. And I know it's so early on, and it's like just like the Pistons, just like the Pistons. It's so
Hmm.
early on, a lot of
Yeah,
games. We're trying to table our expectations. The Lions we get a short window on, but I don't want to lose sight about those Red Wings because I feel
no,
like on the back end of basketball and hockey, we're going to be super excited. I'm down on the Tigers. I truly, truly think the best opportunity you had was last year, what we saw, that you're not going to see any type of like playoff baseball for the next couple of years. Don't want to get all pissy, and I know I'm going to get you all razzed up, but I'm just saying that's my take on the Tigers. I
yeah,
think we are blessed, but you're not going to have all four. It just can't be done. Someone
no.
has to be sacrificed. It's going to be the Tigers.
Eh, I still think the Tigers can be good, but considering the way last year ended, man, if I had to pick a weak team, I don't know. You would default to the Red Wings because the Red Wings have missed the playoffs 9 straight years,
Mm-hmm.
but the Tigers have been showing some promise. The Red Wings, I mean, the thing with the Red Wings is we're a quarter way into the season. The Red Wings are challenging for the top spot in the division. Is this what the Red Wings are now? With your young guys, with your ASPs, your Axel Sandine Pelicans, with your Emmett Finneys, with your Marco Kaspers, with your Simone Edvinsons, with your Nate Danielsons, with those guys that got drafted in the last few years. We already see what guys like Moritz Seider and Lucas Raymond can do. All the guys you added in the last 5 years, they're starting. They're not stagnating in Grand Rapids for the better part of a decade. But you see what this team can do, the youth movement. It looks like there's some traction. Red Wings got motion. I think this team, do I want to say they're legit? They have hurt me deeply. Some of the Marches and Februaries they've had the last couple seasons, falling completely on their faces. I don't know. The odd man out might very well be the Tigers. It may very well be. Maybe they take
I
a
think
step
it
back.
is.
If I had to prove one, maybe the odd man out would be the Tigers. I can see the case for that. The way they played, the disappointment we've experienced with the Tigers. But, geez, I don't know. That's a hard question to ask. If I had the odd man out, I'd probably say, yeah, it's going to be the Tigers. There's still questions with the team. You still got guys like Trey Sweeney and Colt Keith in this team who have really not have been so inconsistent. Granted, I mean it's better than we had like Jamer Candelario and Akil Badu. Granted, guys like what's his name, El Mago. He's been, you got guys that have been better for the team. Um, it's still a thing. There's still some question marks. You still got some guys that are inconsistent. And the division is just kind of a joke right now. Chicago is garbage. Chicago is hot garbage. Minnesota is garbage. They just fired Rocco Baldelli. There's just they got some talent on the team, but I don't think they're going to be challenging for the division anytime soon. The Guardians, I don't know. It's the AL it's the AL Comedy Central. It should be the Tigers division to win. They could win it next year, but I don't know. I mean, they still have a lot. I know you want to say the Tigers, and it sounds like the Tigers would be the odd man out. I don't know. I still need to see more from the Red Wings. I still need to see them in the last 5 to 6 weeks of the year. I still need to see them be above 500 and enter into the playoffs, secure a playoff spot. I'm not going to say they're going to win the division. That's still asking a lot for this iteration of the Red Wings team, but they could get a wild card. I think they're competing for a wild card. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't sound like much of an answer, but here's a picture of you at the Lions game.
I'm actually celebrating for
Okay,
the renditions. I wanted you to
good.
find the one of me with my head down. Oh,
Would it be all
oh,
right if
there's
I
me
ran
there.
to the bathroom really quickly?
No, you must go in your pants. That's what I make Hitch do. There it is.
All right.
There's me just going,
Jesus.
shit.
Did
You
did
know that
Alicia take
look?
this?
Yeah,
That's
that was a look
funny.
of just like, shit.
You just look
Because
so
there we
bummed
are.
out. You look like a
Well, I
man who has
just
had
know,
enough.
man.
Yeah. I'm going to use the bathroom really quickly. I'll be
Go
back in
use the
like
bathroom.
30 seconds. I'll be right back. Bye-bye.
So we still have, yes, we're still live. We got the dew on. Good evening. They shouldn't have won it this year. I'm assuming you're talking about the Tigers with that one. Ooh, look at this. I'll start believing in the Wings when they make it through March and April without collapsing. Yeah, I think you're probably right. That's something I think you and I are both going to agree on, Mr. Styles, is that we are not seeing a hockey team in my eyes that's going to be super promising. I don't have like high expectations for them. It's a fun young team to watch. They're going to get maybe 2 years of that, and then I'm going to start being a little crab ass on it. They should have won it this year, the Tigers. I don't think they were good enough, man. There's nobody that was going to beat the fucking Dodgers. And if you think that Tigers team that we had this year was going to stop the Dodgers, I'm sorry, man. No wonder you're a Bears fan, which congratulations, your Bears are continuing to win. Looking good. You're getting those last minute wins in. But yeah, I don't care what anybody says. I still think I'm highest on the Pistons right now. Pistons and Lions, man. You pick your poison. Which one do you wants to win a championship first? I think it's easier in the NBA. I do. Super Bowls are super hard to win, but yeah. And I do agree. Hitch is in Tom's basement. Now we do actually I did speak to Hitch and I do have confirmation that he still is a Lions fan. So it's not
Okay,
that he's
good.
given up
I can't
on
get
the
a
season.
Hitch, buddy. I miss you, big guy. I miss you. Hopefully you're watching tonight. Hopefully
Oh, he's not. He's
he's
not.
not.
No.
He's a
He's
piece of
he's he's a piece of shit. He's
he's a
months
piece of shit.
behind. Every time he'll tell you that he's watching it, but he's not. But he's still a sports fan, a football fan. He's keeping everything up
Yeah.
at the images.
He's a real
I did
bastard,
talk to
that
him.
Hitch.
He is. He's the
God
son of a
damn it.
bitch. Hey, I mean, it's like I can only imagine what it was like being friends with Joseph Stalin or Joseph Goebbels. Very similar. They
Man.
don't text back. That's one thing I think.
Yeah.
You look through the history books, you'll see Stalin was terrible at texting back.
Yep.
So yeah, we do have some conversation though. Pistons, Brady overcooked the Lions. Yeah, it's well. Either way, I'm gonna be happy. This city's gonna win something soon. I think we're in a real good position.
Yes.
You know, it's far off from baseball. Hockey, the NHL seems to be wide open. I don't know, Hermdo, you're an NHL guy, but is there like a dynasty right now that we're facing in the NHL?
The closest thing, I mean, the hottest team right now is the Colorado Avalanche. As much as it pains me to say,
Yeah.
they've won 8 games in a row. They have the West clearly in sight. They're leading their division. The Ducks are a surprising team this year. Joel Quenneville as their coach, not too surprising. He's the one that won 3 cups with the Chicago Blackhawks back in the 2010s. But
Wait, who's their coach?
Joel Quenneville.
I thought it was Bombay. When did he leave?
Very funny, very funny. Yeah, maybe they have Adam Banks on the front line, but
dude,
on the top line.
every Ducks coach has to be introduced to his team by driving a limo on the ice. It's in the contract. It's part of the team. It's just how it has to happen. And you better have multiple DUIs.
Yeah, fucking Disney team. But yeah, some teams coming out of the East, or the West rather. I mean, it's probably going to be Colorado. They're hot as hell right now. I don't want to declare anyone a cup favorite a quarter into the season, but I mean, Colorado could repeat this year. They're playing extremely well. You got the Wings division is so tight right now. Tampa, Ottawa, the Bruins, all these teams are within like 1 point of each other. The only team I'd really say that's out of it in the Eastern Division, in our Eastern Division, is probably the Buffalo Sabres. But even they're like 5-6 points out. And they got some talent on the Buffalo Sabres team. You never know. Maybe they can go on a little bit of a run. But it's very wide open right now in our division. I don't want to say, the Montreal Canadiens were leading their division for a while. They lost 4 in a row. They're getting badly outscored. But, it's just one of those things. Wings are still up towards the top. I don't know if they're leaning it right now, but let me take a look. Let's take a look at the standings. Yeah, but right now, the Wings are at the top with 27 points. Then it's the Lightning at 26, Senators 26, Bruins 26, Canadiens 25. They just won their first game in a while. Then Panthers 23. Maple Leafs have fallen off a cliff. Panthers look like they're struggling a bit. Sabres are the Sabres. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a tight race right now. Some other teams are kind of separating themselves, like Avalanche are about 5 points in front of the Stars. Ducks are about, the Pacific Division, it's Ducks, Golden Knights with 27 points, Kraken with 28 points. Kings are in there with 26 points. It's still wide open right now, but Wings.
What's your favorite position on the ice?
My favorite position on the ice. Oh geez, I gotta tell you, man, Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar, those guys are just, absolutely insane what they've been able to do. But Nathan MacKinnon, 37 points, 17 goals. I mean, the guy is just, if like Connor McDavid's the number one, then, Nathan MacKinnon's like 1A. Jonathan Quick, old guy, he was responsible for the Kings mini dynasty in the early 2010s. Like legendary goaltender, making a name for himself on the Ducks. And Jesper Wallstedt, a guy the Red Wings could have drafted. I mean, not to take anything away from Sebastian Karlsson and Trey Augustine, but Nathan MacKinnon, just next level. He could take care 37 points in 21 games. Absolutely insane. And you look at what Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard have been doing too. They each have over 30 points. It's crazy what these guys have been able to do. Macklin Celebrini, 13 goals. He's 4 away from Nathan MacKinnon. It's crazy. I know Alex Ovechkin's 40-year-old ass is up there too. It's crazy to think that guy, 20 years of just nothing but scoring goals. He's got over 900 goals. He, the greatest goal scorer in hockey history, and he's moving up. He's in the top 10 of NHL scorers right now, behind, I think, Sidney Crosby. But it's just one of those things. It's absolutely crazy. Nathan MacKinnon points, Connor Bedard 31 points. Yeah, Macklin Celebrini.
You're right. I don't see
points.
any Red Wings in here.
No, you're probably not gonna. But yeah, it's.
Woo!
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Got Emmett Fitty in there for the rookies.
Yeah. Okay, guys. What's take a look. What's Alex DeBrincat at? He's got 24 points in 22 games. I know Dylan Larkin was kind of hot for a little while, but let's see Dylan Larkin. What's he at? Dylan Larkin stats at news. He's got 24 points in 22 games too, so they're not too far away. Larkin looks like he could have a career year. Let's take a look at Let's take a look at Lucas Raymond. Where is he at? Right here he is. Let's take a look at his stats. He's got 23 points in 20 games. So yeah, you got some point producers on the wings. Guys are scoring over a point a game. Guys on the top line, taking care of business. We'll see, what these guys can do. What's Patrick? Let me take a look at Patrick Kane. How's he been doing? He's 37 years old. That's hard to believe. 11 points in 13 games, so not too shabby. He could have another 50, 60 point season. It's just still crazy to me to see Patrick Kane on the Red Wings, but I'll welcome him in. But yeah, it's just one of those things. They're still. This Red Wings team is talented, and they have more scoring depth now. I think the Wings are starting to finally. I think they're crossing that threshold. They're transitioning from bubble team to like a wild card team. It's just baby steps. Every season, a little bit of improvement. Being above 500 for the Wings is still an achievement. But yeah, they still got a little bit of ways to go. But there's some talent on this team. There's not really a superstar on this team yet, but we're still progressing. I think the Wings still have a bit of growth to do, but I'm feeling good about the Wings for the first time in a very long time. The first time probably since Pavel Datsyuk and Nicholas Lidstrom around this team. Play in overtime.
Look at this.
Now, they had one guy that could have put up the middle, but New York didn't. But, I mean, look at this. Look at that.
Let's go. I mean, just first play. Let's go back. So I'm sitting here going, okay, crap. Now I got to sit here, overtime game, and you're going to drag me through this overtime bullshit. The offense hasn't been doing much. Boom, this is what happens. Nope, okay. Let's look at this blocking.
Yeah.
Right, this is the offensive line I'm used to.
Yep.
This is what I'm talking about, right? And here's another potential big block that I'm assuming is going to happen.
Yeah.
Or lined up for, at least,
lined
right?
up, yeah, chasing him away from Jameer, keeping him away from Jameer.
Right, so that's gone. Now these...
Amon-Ra had that block in Jameer's 49-yard rush, so taking care of business.
And there's one guy right here who you already know on the angle that he's on, that he's beating him.
Yeah.
That's game over right there, but it's like, holy shit.
Absolutely insane.
Gibbs is next level, man. Gibbs is next level. You cannot discredit where this guy is going right now. You just can't. Well, look at this block right here. This is my favorite. Whoop. Nope, sorry. He knew it. That's when he knew it. That's when Penny knew it. That's when he called it, because he knows his running back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, touchdown. I know it's a touchdown. The second he goes around his first block, it's a touchdown.
Yep.
I want to know how expensive those seats are, too, by the way.
That's a good question.
Those leather seats.
Fucking
but listen,
yes.
I think we had a lovely post game.
Yes.
I've been gone since 11 this morning, so I need to go sit in my chair and rest my bones.
Absolutely.
I think that this was a very humbling game. It was a heartbreaker. It was the first Lions game I was ever at where we won, and it was really tough to enjoy because I was just doing a lot of that the whole game, and it was just, I'm used to being able to, like, okay, I can walk away. There was no going away, right? Yep. We were close and convenient to the bathroom and the concession stands, which was nice, but it was kind of one of those, I don't know how these guys do it. I don't know how people do it every week and they're season ticket holders and go to these games, because I'm so, like... I'm so zoned in. It's so
I can
tough.
only imagine.
Woo!
I can only imagine.
Like, woo!
That's wild.
What a fun time. We have a short week this week. We got the Lions playing Green Bay for Thanksgiving. So I will be up north, but I think with the internet, the power of the internet, we could still probably do something.
Absolutely.
And then we've got the Pistons doing great. The Red Wings are doing great. We think the Tigers are going to fucking sell it all. But yeah, dude, what a week. What a fun time to be a Lions fan, a Detroit sports fan. You said it. We're blessed.
Absolutely.
So those are my last words. You got anything to say?
I just got to say, I'll just reiterate your point. I think we're very lucky as Detroit sports fans. I think the Lions can still pull out, have a decent season. You never know, they might surprise you this year. We look at some teams that have kind of taken, they went on a good run. They kind of took a step back, but they surprised people. They lost some coordinators. You look at what the Philadelphia Eagles did. But yeah, it's I think the Lions' goals are still in front of them. I think they still have a good season. I think, Pistons are really next level. I think they're a competitor in the East. Red Wings, I think they'll be taking care of business too. They're keeping in there. This is the time of year. You'd expect them to be at the bottom of the division, but they're taking care of business. So just appreciate what you got, Detroit fans. Appreciate what you got.
And join us next week. Like and subscribe. Each week we're going to be giving you a new digit to hit your social security number. So
absolutely
stick around. If you watch it all, you can start really jacking his credit up. So peace, one pride, and we'll see you later.
See you guys later.
Dude, what a heartbreaker.